This is how you unlock all 12 bunkers on Verdansk 2025 in Warzone, including Bunker 0 finally. So they are not all the same as the original Verdansk, and unfortunately there are no permanent rewards that you get for any of them right now, and the loot in them all isn't that great either. I'm hoping that they get updated in the future with some better rewards. If they do, I will add a pinned comment, because right now I think that these are mostly not worth doing. Firstly, this is how you unlock all of the bunkers that have specific key codes that you need to input. First of all, for Bunker 1, you want to head to this area of the map in the southwest to this specific point you can see on screen. Once you make your way into the bunker, you want to input this specific code, which is 04222-021. Now this code was given to us on the nuke calendar, so that's how we knew about it. And like the other bunkers in the game, currently there's not anything crazy within these bunkers. You can get some orange crates, and there's all the nostalgic stuff from the bunkers of old, but there's not really anything special, and you cannot open the other sections of the bunker just yet. Maybe they'll be opened up in the future, maybe they'll add some better loot in these at a future point. Now we have a Bunker 3 that can be found on this specific point on the TAC map on screen. So head over here, and once you get into the bunker, the specific code that you need to input is 301-98805. Similar to Bunker 1, this code was given to us because it was on top of the supermarket's promotional poster. And again, once you go inside, you can get some orange crates, kill streaks, there's a Lenin statue on the desk, and a load of other stuff, but nothing too crazy. Finally, the third bunker that has a specific code that you need to input is Bunker 10. This time, the game does not give anything away for what the code actually is, and this can be found right at the bottom of the map on this specific point on screen. So if you head over here, the code you need to input is 31547206, and this is the reversed version of the code that you had to input to enter Bunker 10 in the original Verdansk. People were just testing this out, I guess. I don't think there's any clue in game to suggest to do that, but it's an obvious thing to try out. Once again, the same kind of loot can be found inside, nothing too crazy. These bunkers are smaller than, for example, Bunker 11. Now I want to move on to the bunkers that you can open specifically with the red as well as the blue keycards you can get on the map. So unlike the other bunkers in the game that require specific codes or an Easter egg to unlock, these ones you can unlock basically by random luck. So as you are looting throughout the map, there is a random chance to get a red or a blue keycard from the crates on the map. This is entirely random, there is not better odds depending on different parts of the map, and of course you can also get them from killing an enemy who has one on their person. Anyways, if you are lucky enough to get a red keycard, this one can open 3 specific bunkers on the map, which are Bunkers 4, Bunkers 5, and Bunker 6. And you can see the map on screen that shows the locations for them. Now if you get a blue keycard, this time it opens Bunkers 2, 7, or 8. And you don't need to input anything to open. As soon as you have the keycard, you can just interact with the pad and it will begin opening up. You can just go in and get various different loot like kill streaks and the different crates. There is a Lenin statue in here. You can only open one bunker with the keycard. You cannot open multiple. And there's not anything special in the bunkers at this moment in time. You just get a bunch of loot. There isn't really too much craziness going on. And currently the deeper sections of all of the bunkers on the map are still locked. And of course you need to be wary when entering in case there's other enemies around. Now this is how you unlock the most enigmatic bunker, Bunker 11, which has the best rewards in it as well, albeit they're still not that great, especially considering the time it takes to do this quest. So this Easter egg is actually exactly the same as the original Verdansk, and unfortunately there's not a proper reward for this, and the loot isn't that crazy as well. Anyways, in order to do this, if you've done the original, you'll be familiar. However, if you need a refresher or you're new to the franchise, on screen right now you can see a map created by Detonated, and at each of these points are going to be phones. So first of all, you only want to focus on the red markers on screen for the first phone that you need to find on the map. So when you spawn in your game, pick a location, one you think is probably going to have the least people going there as well to go to. And if you head over to this location and you can hear the phone ringing, it means that it is the correct spot, because basically not all of the phones are going to be ringing on the map, only some of them are. So if you go to the phone and it's not ringing, you can interact with it, but it's just pointless. So in that case, head to a different location that's closest to you for where the phone can be. And because it rings, this can help identify where it is, since you'll be able to hear it in the nearby vicinity. Now this ringing phone will ring in many of the positions on the map. There will only be a few positions that are not ringing, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find one that is ringing, and they all give you the same message. It doesn't matter which one you interact with. And also bear in mind, as you can see on the map on screen, there are some red and blue marked phones near each other, so make sure you are doing the correct one and you're on the right part of the map. Anyways, once you've located a ringing phone, you want to interact with it, and basically a Russian soldier is going to begin speaking to you, and they are going to read off 3 numbers in Russian, but obviously most of you probably watching this video don't speak Russian, and it is a must to have subtitles turned on for this, because it will tell you the subtitles on screen, so you won't have to be trying to listen to what they're actually saying. And on screen right now, you can see the numbers 1 to 10 in Russian, and basically you just want to note down the 3 numbers read out in Russian in the subtitles with what the English number actually is, or whatever language is best for you. I assume since you're watching an English speaking video, English is best for you. So you can either take a screenshot as each number is stated, and then you can write them down or try and remember it, or you can just write them down as they're being said, or just remember it if your memory is really great. Whatever the case may be, you need to remember the order. So in my particular game, the 3 numbers that I read out in Russian were 0, 5, 3. And this is where the other phones come into play, marked blue on the map. So jumping back to the map on screen right now, as you can see, they have various different numbers on. So basically, you need to activate the 3 different phones in the precise order that you heard from the ringing phone. So in my particular case, I first had to go to telephone 0, which is found to the right of the dam. So I headed over here and interacted with the phone, and you should just hear a buzzing noise. The second phone location is number 5, so I had to head over to the TV station. Now, like I said before, there are some points where there's a red and a blue marker here, so in this case I had to make sure that I was interacting with the correct phone. However, if you do so happen to interact with one of the red markers, it doesn't matter, it'll just read off the number sequence once again, which you might need anyways to help you remember. Anyways, after I've interacted with that, I then need to go over to the third and final telephone, this time located at the top of the quarry. So I made my way over here and interacted with the third and final phone. If you have done this correctly, the Russian person will begin speaking to you once again to let you know that you are done and Bunker 11 is now ready to be opened. If at any point you get interference instead or interrupted, it means that you've done the order incorrectly, but it shouldn't be too difficult to do, in which case you can start the ordering again. However, you would probably be so late into your game by that point, there's not really any point. After I did all of that, it's time to head to Bunker 11, which can be found right at the top of the map, northeast of the dam, literally right over here. And you do not need to input any number, just interact with the keypad, and if you've done the phones correctly, it will then open up. Now, unfortunately for me, the game literally came to a close as I managed to get in the bunker, but there's not really too crazy loot that you can get within the bunker. There are 2 legendary C9s, and you can also get the specialist perks, and there's a bunch of other loot that you can get. You can also see the nuke in the back if you remember from the original Verdansk, so I don't know if that means they're going to nuke it again at some point. I'm not exactly sure what's going on storyline wise, but yeah, it's a lot of effort to do this for not really much purpose, so honestly I wouldn't recommend this at all, and you can do it in any mode as well, it doesn't matter. It is a shame that there's no exclusive blueprints like in the original. Maybe they'll add something else in here in the future, but that's all for now. So finally we have how to get into the infamous Bunker 0, at last, after so long. So first of all, head to Bunker 0 itself, which can be located at this point at the bottom of the map that you can see on the TAC map on screen. Once you are here, there's nothing you need to do apart from entering a specific code, which is actually the letter X X in binary. Now, the reason why we got the clue towards X was the new terminal that was added that lists all of the Easter eggs you completed, and X was the one for Bunker 0. Is Elon Musk running Ravensoft? Like, what the hell is going on? So all you need to do is input the code 010110000, after which the door will unlock and you can go inside. Now, unfortunately, it's just like the other bunkers in the game. There's no special blueprint, no special reward, not even really that good loot. So none of these bunkers are really worth doing, and if you do complete all of the Easter eggs on the terminal, you just get a load of XP, so you don't even get anything special for doing them all. I don't really know what's happened to the Easter eggs in this game, but just a quick and simple video here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you with plenty more videos to come.